Hi, I'm Bob with Wolfe Ridge. Right now I'm going to introduce you guys to the Rammy Brush Cutter, made in Finland. We're going to use this thing around the factory to clean up some overgrowth and some thorn bushes today, but first I'm going to walk through all the features and benefits of this machine. So here you can see we have this Rammy Brush Cutter mounted to our Polaris Sportsman 570. We are using a KFI mount bracket, and all of the Rammy products attach by using a universal snowplow mount bracket. So if your ATV or UTV already has a snowplow on it, it's likely that the Rammy will adapt to it. All of the Rammy machines come standard with a subframe. So in this case, the brush cutter, the lawnmower, and the flail mower would all come with this two-pipe subframe. And you can see we've got telescopic adjustment forward and backwards. And then underneath, the ears that go up to the mounting bracket, those adjust left and right. So you can adapt this to a lot of different mount brackets. The brush cutter comes standard with side shift, and in this case right now we have it centered. You can see right now, if I was to take out this bolt and that bolt over there, I would be able to push the brush cutter over to the right side of the machine, and then we would bolt it in over here. If your initial setup you want to be sliding it to the left, you would put these rods over in that position over there. The Rammy brush cutter has 3 spindles, and each one of those spindles has a disc with 2 flailing blades on it. And when you pull up to brush, this front door will push on the brush, and it's spring loaded so it will open. And you can see how that works here. Here I can get you a good look at the blades as well. Each one of these spindles uses 2 pillow block bearings, and there's grease fittings on each of those bearings. Easy to maintain. And then on the top here you can see we have this push bar as well. So when you get up to something taller, that push bar will contact before the brush cutter starts to cut, and that will ensure that whatever you're pushing on will tip forward and then it can get ran over. One of the biggest benefits with the front mounted brush cutter like this or the flail mower is that you don't have to first run over what you're going to cut with the ATV. You're going to cut it first and then run it over. There's a lot of pull behind stuff on the market, but it's not as agile and easy to use as a front mounted piece such as this. The Rammy brush cutter comes standard with a 10.5 horse Briggs & Stratton engine. We've got a gas tank in the front. The production machines will have a spin-on engine oil filter that is pressure lubricated, and this is pull start only. Over here we have a fuel shut-off, so we would turn that on, and then here we have a choke. Then we would make sure that the blades are disengaged into the off position, and there is a remote mounted switch that comes with the brush cutter, the lawnmower, or the flail mower. We would flip that switch on. Okay, so I'll pull the slack out of the rope first, then give it a pull. Then we'll turn the choke off. Then we're ready to engage the blades. Got a couple of nicer ones there. These are some thorn bushes. I don't know what that is. He picked up speed a little bit now though, so we'll see what it does. It's another one of those thorn bushes. This one looks like it's about maybe 2-inch diameter or something like that. property goes all the way up to the railroad tracks here, which is pretty cool. But anyway, this is what we cleared out. We had the brush cutter up as high as it would go because I wasn't sure what kind of stray objects we would find in this field. You never know, you'll find a cinder block or a big chunk of metal or firewood. That's a good possibility around here. But we didn't hit really anything obscure. And I want to show you what we ended up leaving here for stumps. Like I said, we have that thing up as high as it would go, so you can see this stump is sticking out maybe 3 or 4 inches from the ground. Here's another one, for example. So the height of cut adjustment on the brush cutter is done right here. See this gray bracket? This bolt will act as a pivot point. And then we've got mounting holes here, 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 and here. So you can use whichever combination makes the most sense for you. We could put this thing a lot lower to the ground and cut those little stumps out now. Again, like I was saying though, we wanted to run it high because we didn't know what we were going to find in this field. And I want to show you here too, there's a solid rear roller on the back here. So the brush mower is always riding on this roller. And you can see there's like a relief here. So this can get picked up pretty far into the frame there, get pretty close to the ground with it. I did shut off the brush cutter with the remote switch, but I'm going to turn the gas valve off as well. And I'll start this back up to run the carburetor and the float bowl out of fuel. The reason we do that is if you're going to be transporting this thing, you can have a tendency to bounce around, and what can happen is the float bowl will overfill and end up getting into the cylinder of the engine, and actually you can dilute your engine oil with gasoline. And it's the same thing on our log splitters that we manufacture here. We always recommend turning the fuel off for transport, or if you're going to store it for long periods of time. Our first full container of these from Finland will be here sometime in mid to end of May. And half of that is already spoken for, so if you want one of these machines, please let us know. You can find more information on these, including all the tech specs, pricing, photos, more videos, dealer locator, and more at our website, www.wolferidgemfg.com. You can always give us a call or send us an email. I'll make sure to put those links in the description. As always, I want to thank you guys for watching. Thank you for the support. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on what's next at Wolfe Ridge.